Right. Everybody a minute or two to get in here, and we'll get started cooking. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me okay. If you can see and hear me okay, please hit the like button, and we'll go ahead here and get started. There we go. Who we got in here so far? Greg Hart, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. You can hear that. You can hear and see me. That's cool. Let's get hooked up to the chat here real quick. Sometimes I gotta jump out of here and refresh from my page, and I don't know why that is, but I do. We'll just see where we're at, and just move a couple things around here while I'm waiting. While I'm waiting. There we go. There we go. We got a couple of folks in here. Val's Black Cats Rule. How are you, Val? Good to see you. I'll be cutting a lot of stuff up, so you might need a stiff drink before all this starts. I know how it makes you a little bit nervous, so I think, I'm sorry I'm not jumping out. I think there might be somebody at my door, because the eagle is all up around the door. Let's see, Bobby Builder, what's going on, buddy? How are you? We'll see you. Yeah, there's something. She's got something on her mind. I don't know what the heck it is. Let me jump out of this real quick. Yeah, it's just we're having a lot of bad weather here, so sometimes when we have a lot of bad weather, it sometimes takes a minute to connect me to the chat. There we go. There we are. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right. Lake Hickory Guy, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Let's get started. This is one of my all-time favorite recipes to do, because I wait all year long for it. Homemade chocolate cream pie for the hubby today. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. But this is one of my absolute favorites, and I wait all year for this because I use my own cherry tomatoes. And this is all the cherry tomatoes so far that I picked today, because my cherry tomato plants are they're busting. They're busting every minute. Every time I turn around, there's just more, and there's more, and there's more. Radagast, how are you? Good to see you. But that's about that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Now this is super easy. I've got my stove heated up to about 425. It's already preheating and everything else. But all I'm going to use is a 2-quart. Now make sure, this is where it's important, and everybody's going to be like, oh man, it's cast iron channel, you're using glass. The thing with this is that, let me move this out of the way, because I've got so much room to work in. There we go. But a 2-quart, I believe this is 2-quart, let me double check it. Yeah, so a 2-quart casserole dish with a lid. A lid is important to have. That's why, and we're going to be working with all these tomatoes, so that's the other reason that I'm not going to do this in cast iron, because it's going to get really, there's going to be a lot of juice, and there's going to be a lot of, it's going to get really liquidy. And a lot of times when you're working with cast iron, you'll find out that tomato and a lot of liquid equals ruining your seasoning. And I don't want to mess with that. Even though this doesn't take that long to really do it. Skip, what's going on, buddy? Making heartburn serum. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I'm doing. But since we're going to jump right into it, and this takes about, it's going to be 30 minutes in the oven at 425. You can adjust the heat as you feel the need to. But I started 425 on this. You can go up to 450, but 425 seems to work pretty well. But what I do is I just take enough of the cherry tomatoes, and you don't have to do anything other than wash them, and you just want enough that they cover the bottom. of whatever you're doing this in. And that's kind of how you decide how many you actually need, because all it is you're just filling the bottom with cherry tomatoes. And that's it. There we go. That's it. So then the next thing, after I get rid of my container, is you want to take and get in there with some olive oil and just cover these up with olive oil. And that's it. Not much, just a little bit. And then we're going to get, and then you eat the rest, yeah. And I had exactly what I needed. It's kind of funny because I just picked last night and this morning, and this is what I came up with, which is just enough to get us started here. So that's perfect. I'm pretty happy about that already. Like I said, I've got this cranked up to 425. We've got the first round of olive oil in there. Now we're just going to start cutting stuff up, and this is going to be the fun and easy part of the whole thing. The easiest part. Don't forget, thumbs up. Yeah, if you haven't already, if you're out there in the stratosphere and you're not signed into the chat, but you're out there and you've come back a few times, please hit the like and subscribe button. I am so close to our goal. I think we're down to like 30. I looked right before it was like 37 subscribers, and we're where we need to be. And that's going to be, that's all, and that's it. So next we're going to just get a pepper. And I thought a yellow one would be nice to add a little color to this, because this is going to be a really colorful dish. And just throw that in there. Slice that down the middle. Val, you watching? I know this part makes you nervous, but I'm 100%. I'm a paid professional. I play somebody that cooks on TV. So everything should be fine. It already smells good. The cherry tomatoes with the olive oil already smells really nice. I'm actually pretty stoked. And we'll just do, I'm going to start with about a half of one of these bell peppers. And we'll see, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be pretty, because this is all going to be cooked down. Absolutely cooked down. And I've actually got the door open, the patio door open today, and it's not blazing hot. We actually got a break. I got a reprieve from the heat today, and it only got up to about 72 degrees. So that was pretty nice. But we want to cut them fairly small, but they don't have to be beautiful, because these are going to go into here. I'm going to sprinkle these on the top, like so. And this is one of the few things, because my peppers, I've got at least 2 to 3 dozen peppers out there that are almost ready, but not quite. Let's see. One day we'll be calling 911 for you. And I hope you're here to be the one that comes to my rescue. Blue 3 mil nitrile gloves return. Yeah, because my once again, my Amazon stuff isn't. I'm building up an Amazon order, and that's usually where I get my. I'm gonna cut just a little bit more of that in there, because I want to kind of layer it. I kind of layered this a little bit. And my Amazon order is building, along with a pizza peel. I did get a pizza peel. I have that in my cart right now. That's one of the things. But I like to make it worth my while. I don't like to just order one thing. It's kind of the silly environmentalist in me. I don't want to waste the gas. So there's that so far. We got it looking like that. Put that around. And what else do we got? We've got some mushrooms. I'll just kind of move that up here. I don't think that'll hurt anything to sit right here now. Let's see, when I cut a pepper, I cut next to the rib. It makes it easier to cut out the rib. Yeah. I just try to keep things moving. Kind of moving along. These down, half these up. Those in there. Some of these in there. And we'll just give it a couple different looks. Because it's really just got to be sort of bite-sized. And the other thing I want to throw in there next is I want to throw in my garlic. So there's that. And we'll throw a little bit of garlic in there, and we're going to move that around in there before I forget. And that's really just because I'll probably forget it if I don't do it. Knock that in there a little bit. But I was pretty happy with my haul out of the garden today. So there's like 3 teaspoons of garlic. I was pretty happy with my haul so far today. I got that stuff, plus I got basil, both kinds of basil. I got some German thyme that came out today. We're going to throw that stuff in there. And a really nice green onion. Throw that into there. Or keep it for my salad. I'll decide on that here in a minute. I'm trying to think what else I think I got in there. But there was a lot of nice stuff in the garden. And I've already got my pumpkins, unfortunately, I think are just about done. I think the heat has pretty much ruined my pumpkins. Last year I got about, I think it was between 20 and 25 pumpkins off of one vine. And this year I got exactly 3 out of 2 vines. And that did not go as near as I planned. King Bob, what's up? More garlic. Oh, there's going to be more garlic, Bob. Don't you worry. See you eating no fuzz fork. What's up, pal? How are you? Good to see you. But yeah, so we got that, and then we're going to take a little bit of. I'm going to add a little bit of our basil now. A little bit of our. Throw just a little bit of the purple basil in, and a little bit of the thyme in there. We've got about, what, 3, 4... There we go. We'll just throw that in there. Put that in there. What all we got going on over here? William, what's going on, William Hurt? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got kind of a packed house tonight. Getting there anyway. For the summertime. Everybody's out doing summery things. Which I don't blame you. I've been out doing summery things all day, off and on. We had a lot of rain, but it was nice, man. It was nice to have a break from this heat. When I woke up this morning, it was 64 degrees. When I went out to the when I went out and took the dog out, we weren't out very long. It was, for the dog, it was raincoat weather this morning. So she got to wear a raincoat, go out back. And by the time we're done here, all the rain should be through, and she should be able to get her walk in today at some point. It'll be late tonight, but she'll get it in. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Mercy B, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. And if you ever, like, if you get fresh thyme and you've never dealt with it, just go the opposite direction with your leaves, the opposite direction, and everything just peels right off. There we go. And we'll save some of these. I'm not saving anything because I have so much. When I went out about an hour ago to pick everything out of the garden, I've got so much basil that my leaves are literally falling over. My stalks are falling over because they're so heavy. They are just outrageously heavy. Take about those 4, go the opposite way. Put the stems over there into the rubbish. The rubbish pile. And there we are with that. Okay. So we're going to just quick dice up all the basil real quick and just rough it. It doesn't have to be Like I said, it's not going to be, it doesn't have to be beautiful. There we go. And we're just going to add those into the middle. And then we're going to take some onion into the center. Ooh, I wanted to get my other cutting board for that. Then all of a sudden now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. My official onion cutting board. That onion back over there. And there we go. It was actually nice to actually be able to cook in the house tonight, which is has been pretty unusual. Everything's been happening on the grill. Or what did I have yesterday? I'm trying to think what I had yesterday because I didn't cook. I don't think I cooked yesterday at all. I actually don't even remember what I had. I had like a smoothie. I know I had a smoothie for breakfast. Like berries and some peaches, and that's about all. That's about it, man. It's just been too hot. There we go. So there we got about a quarter of a yellow onion, or white onion. Get that in there. And then we'll take some of our, I'll move this out of the way. I just don't like, I don't mind if this one, all my other cutting boards seem to do okay with having onion on them and not stinking of onion. But Dominique C, what's going on? How are you, Dominic? Good to see you. And but for whatever reason, and it's probably the wood of what this is made out of, but it immediately gets oniony, and it takes like it's a project to get this stuff out of there. And I've washed everything already, so washed, vinegared, debugged at least I hope, everything out of the garden. But what I do in the garden is I usually let everything, I bring it in and I rinse it off with the hose outside first. And then I bring it in, I wash it again, rinse it really good, check it. And I check it as I pick it. That's kind of the nice thing about having, stuff in the garden. And I'll check it over really good. And then I'll throw it into a strainer and make sure you're using stainless steel, because aluminum, it's not a great idea to do it with aluminum, if you can help it. Then I spray it with a diluted vinegar and water mixture and get everything out. The only thing with my basil that's fresh, if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that or not really well, but it bruises really quick. It bruises really fast once it's off the vine. So there's nothing really wrong with it, it just bruises quickly. And then we'll throw a little bit more mushroom in there. I got out 4 mushrooms. I think I put in 2 so far. And then we'll cut these up just a little bit, kind of dice them. Kind of dice these up right quick. Just roughly dice these down. Make them a little smaller. There we go. Except for that. There we go. Is anybody else getting a reprieve from the heat besides where I'm at in the Midwest? Because I'm sure everybody's just about ready for it, that's for sure. Let's see. We had a blast of northeast wind to cool us off. Yeah, it's just a real quick pattern, and I think it's only going to last a few days. Let me dig in here and make sure that I haven't forgotten anything, like the oregano that I forgot. And I'm just going to throw that in, going against the grain. That peels that right off. And this is Greek oregano. The thyme that I have is German thyme. I like German thyme a little bit better. It just seems to smell, have more of a scent. That was more of a taste if you're using it fresh. See, you've got a basil in there. Let me go way more oregano in there. And I know I've got more in here. I know I do. There's another one. I was going to add some fenugreek to it, but I decided against that one. Because fenugreek is it's really good for you. But it has, if you've never used fenugreek, it's a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern herb, but it has a real big, heavy, has a real heavy celery taste to it. So I try not to, I like to use it, but you got to be sparing with it. I usually just add it to things. There's some of these in here, some of these bigger ones on the top. That'll just look nice when it's all done. There we go. Go for that one. A little bit more of the basil. Basil in there. You guys see that okay? Put it up so you guys can see that better. I love it. I love having Greek and Italian oregano in the garden. Yeah. I just have the one. I just have the one this year, which I plant. And you know the funny thing is my oregano is not doing that fantastic, to be honest. I think I tried to put it down into smaller pots, and I don't think that wasn't the smartest thing that I could have done. And then we're gonna add we're gonna drizzle just a little bit more of the olive oil on there. And then I'm gonna add some dehydrated chives to the top. And that'll kind of, number one, they'll taste good, but then they'll soak up just a little bit of that liquid. It's going to be, because this is going to be really, really liquidy when it's all said and done. Get this chive out. Not much, just a little bit. And that's all we need there. Now we're going to put just a little bit. Going to add some salt. A little salt. And a little bit of pepper. Actually, a lot of pepper. I usually go a little overboard with the pepper, and then a little bit of black pepper, just because I'm feeling black peppery. There we go. And I found out something today, which was kind of interesting, is I found out why they have the little grates at the bottom, so that if they're sticking because of all this humidity, you just run those together. And it's supposed to break that up. And jumping Jehoshaphat, it did. There we go. So there's that. Let's see, Handsome Stone. Savannah Nuclear Site, South Carolina. I must have missed something. Only growing herb garden is sage. Only herb growing is sage. Kooks are growing the best. Blackberries, tomatoes, peppers are leaving much to be desired. And had my Brussels sprout. Listen to some seven dust cabbage worms. Yeah, my peppers were doing really bad at the beginning of summer, and now they are coming on like gangbusters. I had one pepper so far this year, and it was a sacrificial lamb pepper, because it never got bigger, so I just ended up cutting it. And then we're just going to add just a little bit more garlic to the top. I like having fresh garlic, but I didn't have any fresh garlic. So, and I wanted to, this is the very, very last of the minced garlic jar that I bought back in the winter. So get rid of that. So if you guys can see that, this is actually, I think it looks really pretty. That's one of the things I love about making this, is just the overall presentation of the dish is just, and there's nothing bad in it. And so like today, I had no reason to go to the store. All I did was get some chicken out of the freezer and go and walk right outside. That was it. That was my kitchen haul today. Greg Hart. Oh yeah, Greg Hart. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I read it wrong. Sorry, Greg. Where's the fur monster? The fur monster is, I don't know where she is. She's been on major alert. We've had squirrels all over today. Squirrels have been all over today, and she has been all over it with the squirrels. So we got this in at 425. And we're gonna throw that in here. Before I get into the chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and make my salad now. So bear with me on that. I'm just gonna grab my lettuce. I knew I was forgetting one thing, and it was the lettuce. So just let me grab the last of my lettuce here. And all that. Just grab that lettuce right quick. Got it? And give that a rinse off. And I'm going to throw my salad together. I do have my pan heating up because I did have the foresight for that today. So here we go. Get that cut. Oh, and I gotta set my timer, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. There we go. And that's all that'll take. Okay, so we've been at about a half, so this will be ready about 9 o'clock. There we go. That's a big fat salad. Let's see, where's the fur monster? Yeah, I think she's in there sleeping, is what she's in there doing. But as soon as the chicken starts going, she'll come running. That's how she operates. She's food motivated, and I'll even show you guys what it's like to have this dog, and as motivated food-wise as she is, because she does all these tricks, and you guys see all these tricks on here every week, closing it out and closing out the show, and during the show, and all during the stream. But boy, if you don't have something in your hand ready to give up to the dog, then it's not happening. Let's get some of these. Let's get a mushroom here. Basically, I'm just gonna make set minus the tomatoes because I'm like completely out of tomatoes. That was it on my tomatoes. I should have left like two or three for my salad. That would have been nice. And just a couple of these peppers. There we go. And I'll check the comment section here real quick. I feel so all my starter plants were taken by bunnies and the squirrels, and all I have is my catnip. That's why we left. We decided at the beginning of the summer that it was just not that the strawberries we had, they were just the sacrificial lambs. And the other thing, between the heat and everything else, the rabbits are what we figured have gotten to the rabbits of what have gotten into everything. They were getting into my pumpkin blossoms as well. And between that, and now we have, to the beagle's delight, I now have squirrels that are in my, that have been getting into garden beds and taking like 2 bites out of the tomatoes. The garden, she heard me say squirrels. She heard me say squirrel. And that's all it takes. Here she comes. She's out here now. And just a little bit of onion. I don't need much. So if you're freaking out a minute ago, Val, you've got to be freaking out now. So there we go. Just a little bit of that for the salad. Throw that back over there. That's about all we need of that. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing something. Scream if you guys figure out what it is I'm missing, because I can't, for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. Let's see. No Rick tonight. Rick said let's see, he said have a good trip. Yeah. Oh, so Rick can't make it. He's a traveling man. He is a traveling fella. That's for sure. So anyway, there we go. I'm just reading the comment section, guys. I'm not trying to Cynthia must still be cleaning cast iron. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to be cleaning cast iron this weekend. And I'm actually going to be cleaning my grill. I'm going to be cleaning my sportscaster grill, or sportscaster grill. My sportsman's grill. I'm going to be doing that one. And then, I don't know, I'm going to play some live bath bingo Saturday. So if anybody'd be interested in seeing that, hit the one if you'd be interested in seeing it, what's in the lye tank as I get it out, because that's what I'm going to be doing Saturday morning at about 8 o'clock, which is going to be between 8 and 10. So yeah, she'll be cleaning cast iron. Yeah, I'd like to see Cynthia's collection. She doesn't say much about her collection, but I got that feeling. I got that feeling that she's got quite the collection of cast iron. Other than sixes, what is the one she doesn't have? Nines. That's the one she doesn't have. Which I don't have a lot of nines either. I can see how that would be something to really to have or not. To not having your thing. One for sure as well. One for sure. Okay, so there's two. Got a few. If I can get about 10 or 20 ones up there, I'd make room for the camera out there and see what all's in there on Saturday morning. But I like to get stuff going pretty early. Greg, I bet she does too. I bet she's got just an ass-kicking collection. And that's the thing, like people will say, oh, Badger, you got one huge collection. It's like, man, there's people out there that, what do you restore your eye with? Cough hint? Oh yeah, you mean, where's my cast iron here? My prop's not up there. Good idea, Handsome Stone. Cast iron cure is what I use. As a matter of fact, available on eBay. Comes to you with free shipping and everything. And it's what I use on all my cast iron to season it and get it and condition it, do a daily conditioner with it. Thank you so much, Handsome Stone. Good looking out. We need to do a giveaway one of these nights. Next time Ming's here, we'll do a giveaway on some cast iron here for sure. Now it's the tomatoes. That's what it is. I don't have tomato. I always put tomatoes in my salad. That's what's missing. That's 100% missing. Let's see. Handsome, I see what you did there. Yeah, handsome hook. He was looking out for a guy right there. We got that going. And we're gonna put this, I'm gonna wipe this off, and then we're gonna put that off to the side and get to the chicken part. Get to the delicious chicken that I've also got my cast iron heating up. So we'll set this back off to the side. What? I didn't do anything. Yeah, you're totally fine. Let's see. Get that off there. But there's other things coming to the line besides cast iron seasoning. There's going to be all kinds of stuff here that I've been working on. I'm usually a busy beaver, or a busy badger, I should say. I will show up for the pop-up Indian head skillet giveaway. Yeah. Man, wouldn't that be cool? I'd love to see a Wapak Indian head giveaway. That'd be pretty rad to bust out my 80s lingo on everybody. I'll drive those. Yeah, I mean, to see a Wapak Indian head giveaway, that would be great. Let's see. Gotta clean my spot up here a little bit. I don't know why this is usually not so messy. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty nice of you, Bob, to volunteer to take Fuzz up and get him hooked up. Let's see. Man, that's not terribly hot. That's not terribly hot. Let me get this wiped off. Look at a piece of. I'm always afraid of stuff falling in between the stove and between the stove and the. There we go. There was something stuck in there. I don't want that stuff sitting in there and rotting away. Let's see. I feel like the Indian head handle. I feel like I like the feel of the Indian head handle. Very nice BSR though. That ridge helps. Yeah. I really, you know, and a lot of people, if you've ever noticed Handsome Stone, that what's the name of it? I always lose my nouns when I get on this, when I start doing this. Butter Pat. Butter Pat absolutely ripped off the Walpock Indian head handles. Absolutely ripped it off. Which was one of the things that I wasn't too, kind of turned me off on Butter Pat right away. I've never held a Butter Pat in my hand or seen one in real life, but they just, I don't know. There was something about Butter Pat that never really attracted me to it. I don't know why that is, but it's never been something that I really felt like I needed to go out of my way to get one. That's for sure. Let's see. There we go. Nice steamy skillet. Which our stuff's got about 20 minutes, so I think that's about where we need to be with everything. Yeti made the handle a little longer too, did they? I gotcha. I'm still getting used to the electric stove. I keep trying to light the burners with my lighter. It's been I don't know how many decades since I actually had a gas stove. We had a wood stove growing up, and we had an electric stove, but that was what I grew up with. Was a little bit more olive oil here. And then we got 2 nice chicken breasts that were on the it was on the back. It's been sitting over here burning on the back. We're sitting here drying out on the rack behind me. There we go. And then we got some beagle pieces. Got some beagle pieces up here in the top that I can set off to the side. That'll be her little snack for later. But yeah, and then we're just gonna salt and pepper that real quick. Salt, pepper. And I'm gonna put some garlic powder on these as well. These are pretty big as far as that goes. That out of the way. Get that out of the way. Poor shark. Yeah, I know, I almost felt bad for the shark there for a minute. I was like, man, you don't deserve all that. You don't need that. You don't need that kind of abuse. Plus, I'm trying to keep it. I don't want to run it through I run it through the dish or the washer very sparingly. So, because I'm afraid since I can't get another one, I'm always worried about how long I can keep something. I try to keep my stuff quite a while. I'm trying to take care of my toys. Let's see, a little bit of garlic powder on there. Nothing. We'll throw some of these other herbs in there too. I could never get used to. Like I said, I've never had one that I remember. I mean, hell, I could have. I remember. I thought my mom always had. I thought we always had an electric stove out there. I know right before I went to college, my mom got a. She got a. What do you call it? She got a glass top stove. And in the wintertime, she never used it. She would just use. She would use the wood stove. My mom cooked a lot on our wood stove growing up. We had one of those. I don't know if you guys remember these or not. But it wasn't an old one. They were new. It was called an Earth stove. And in the middle of the emblem, in the front, it had a ceramic flower, like a daisy or something in the middle of it. And that's what she cooked everything on that. Everything but if you could put it into a pot, that's what my mom cooked on every day. She didn't fry out there because, she didn't fry in our living room. But if she could put it in a pot of some kind and it was roastable, then she did. We'll throw some of these in there. I've got a lot of dried herbs behind me and on the wall. When the dog comes in and does a couple tricks, at some point you'll be able to see them. I'll turn that up just a little bit, but I'm going to use up all the fresh ones that I have. Let's see. And I got basil. I'm going to throw some thyme in there. And what else do I got? Where's my... I knew I had another oregano. And a couple of oreganos there. I'm going to throw some oregano in there as well. There we go. Just going to let these work on the top. And then we'll throw some of this other on there. Cynthia Wesley, how are you? Glad to see you could join us. There we go. So basil, thyme, oregano. There we go. And salt. Simple. This is not going well. This is going fantastic. And plus you missed the really exciting part where I killed the chicken. That was the fun part. That was the absolute blast of the entire thing. We'll throw the lid on this, and we'll get the shark. Yeah. My middle daughter that's going to school. She works in the medical field, and she works in an old folks home, and she's wanted to quit for years, quit doing it, but she doesn't because she knows how people get treated when they're there, so it's kept her doing it. Racing against time. Yeah, you got to do that, Cynthia. You got to have that stuff. You have to do it that way. You don't want to get the flash rust. Okay, so we got that at about 15 minutes there. Yeah, I haven't looked at the weather map. I don't know what's going on around the country as far as other people's weather. I've looked at mine a little bit, but I've been pretty busy all day. Been a busy boy. Let's see. I'm going to move some of this stuff off out of the way. The shark up here, so I know where it's at, and move the cutting board. And we get the plate out. Get that going. But overall, I mean, it's really, we're looking at getting, as soon as the chicken's done, which shouldn't take that long. Got our chicken on medium high with the lid on it because I want that cooking along. But plating it, when this is plated up, this is going to be fantastic. And there's no pasta. You can add pasta to it. You can put your pasta down first if that's if you want to pasta with it. If you want to use pork, if you want to use anything else that you want to do that, then I mean, that's definitely, do not, no, I don't ever plan to be in a nursing home. At all. Let's see, wow. Gotta be a 10 for that lid. Got a stash roll. Wow, gotta be a 10 for that lid. Yeah, it's, yeah, this is my go-to. When I get asked a lot of times what's my favorite piece of cast iron, and that is this right here. That is my favorite piece of cast iron that I have. As far as like actually cooking with, I've had it for decades. It's just a plain Lodge from early 2000s, and I've used it so many times that it's almost smooth as glass. It's actually got wear patterns in it, which is why I tried to start doing stuff with my kids, started getting them cast iron. And they were like, well, you know, I've got other stuff. They didn't want the inconvenience of the cast iron and all that. But at the same time, you know, to get things that are, cast iron's like a lot of things. It works, the more you break it in, the better it is. And the more you use it, the better it is. Hey Marcus, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see. But yeah, the more you use it, the better it, I mean, the better it always is. There's just no two ways around it. Make some salad off to the side there. I'm gonna flip that here in just a couple minutes. We'll flip that. We'll flip that chicken breast over. There we go. Some of those mushrooms on there. Some of the stuff from the bottom on there. There we go. Some of these peppers in there. But yeah, I mean, that's what I tell my kids. My one daughter, I know everybody. My one daughter, I know when we went to Cornbread Festival in 2022, I got her one of their, I got each one of the kids that went, I got them one of the skillets they gave away, one of the commemorative skillets. And then I got my daughter, when she got her first apartment, I got her a combo cooker. And she used it once, and that was it. That's all she's ever used, one time. And she's like, I don't know how to clean it. I'm like, how can you not know how to clean that? Have you met me? Have you ever met your dad? I mean, that's what we do, is clean cast iron. Should not be a big deal for you to clean at all. Not even kind of, sort of. There we go. Put that around on top of there. I don't know if you guys can't see it. So I'll swing you around and let you check out the chicken pieces. Need to be still sitting there a little bit. Get some of that on top of there, and then I'm going to re-garlic the top. Sorry, I should have swung you guys over there before I did that. But I don't want to let too much of the heat. But it's browning up really nicely. I'm going to hit the other side with salt, pepper, and some more garlic. Let that keep going in there. Let's see here, some more of that garlic. Yeah, kids, and that's all the time, Greg. It's all the time. I've given Ming several pieces of cast iron, and most of them are either in my lye tank or been in my lye tank, and now they're on the shelf. Some more of this garlic. Oh, garlic oil on top of there. There we go. Looks pretty. I think so anyway. You should get that cure stuff. Yeah, you should get some. I should get some cast iron cure. And they all have it. Greg, I'm sorry, Handsome Stone, that just, as a parent, there's certain things that really set you off. And that is one of them. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to that and back. Let that flow up to the natural curvature of the top of my pan. Because my stove has that Detroit lean. So there we go. We'll put that back on there. Let's see. It's called veggie oil or Crisco. Got that, let's see. Wow. Handsome, I think Cynthia has her own mix. Vegetable oil and Crisco. Yeah, that's not bad. I've never tried it, but I'm sure I've used all of them. Let's see, missed one. I have 3 new mod skillets and 3 vintage skillets from my mom and grandma. They are all great to cook in. Yeah. Are they the like the older lodge, like the flat bottom, smooth lodge, right? Again. I'm cheap. I use Crisco. There's nothing wrong with Crisco. the thing that got me away from using Crisco and stuff like that is I mean, honestly, is the number one, the soybean in it that's in the Crisco, and the amount of smoke that I can't seem to get away from if I do that. I need to level my stove too. Yeah, it's not my stove that's not level, it's the burners. And I had to take that one. Usually I have like a little thing that I set in there that nobody can ever see on the inside of my burners, because the coil itself, the little the little Mercedes thing on the inside, the Mercedes symbol on the inside, is worn out on one side. And I actually had to, and plus to put when I replaced the little dishes that go underneath the burner, I had to actually grind the one out because it wouldn't go back in there without breaking. I don't know what the deal was. And I put it on there right. There's a certain way to do it. And I just had to, that one got bent. Oh, that's what it was. I dropped it. I dropped it when I was cleaning when I was changing them. And it bent the one little prong. There's a prong that your burners sit down into, and I bent it. And then I had to take and get my Dremel out, and I couldn't get that piece to bend back perfectly the way it was before. So then I had to take my Dremel and kind of grind that piece back. So that sits it a little flat. Plus, I mean, I have about 1,000 to 1,500 pounds probably behind me on the other side of the wall. So that's also probably got my kitchen leaning a little bit. So I could probably stand to definitely level my stove again. But I mean, before I did that back burner sat flat. A lot of them, my two little ones, sit perfectly flat. Let's see, we've got about 4 minutes on the other thing. Let's check. I don't want to take the lid off that because I want this chicken cooking. There's the beagle. Just in time. I use crystal shortening, not vegetable oil. Let's see. And the other thing with the other stuff is I find that when I condition with my stuff after I put it away, it gets sticky. And I don't like that. Let's see, I have one number 8 3 notch, one number 7 single notch, and one number 3 hammered nickel play with a single notch. Wow, that's pretty nice. Brad Gas. That's pretty cool, man. I got some northern magnolite heading south of you to my cousins in LA, in Louisiana. Deeds knows where the tasty streets are ready. Yeah, she knows. They're getting there. Except this has got a lot of garlic, so she's going to be kind of SOL when it comes to everything tonight. That's why I've got the one kind of pieces off to the side. She can have those. But the rest of it, it's kind of on the no dog list. It's definitely on the no dog list for tonight. I'm going to give that oven a look-see. Got a quick looking. Let's see what's going on in there. Let's see what you're making. I am making basically it's an Italian weekday sauce, but I kind of got like inspiration for it from watching like a YouTube video years and years ago of this lady in Italy who made this pasta sauce out of cherry tomatoes. And I've seen other things that people call it weekday sauce. And her video was called something like, use up the cherry tomatoes in your garden. And that's all it was. It was just this, and everything else I kind of just tooled around with it a little bit and just did it on my own. Ooh, wow, that's cool. When are you ready for me to order again? So, chicken equals dog. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna give that a look and see how that's faring in there. Yeah, I might need a couple extra minutes, but I'm trying to think. We got about 7 minutes on each side of the chicken breast so far, so it might need a few minutes. Yeah, but yeah, I need something to drink. We got that going over here. Put you guys back over to the plate area. Everything's going. See what this dog's doing. The beagle is. Oh, she's out here. She's out here keeping watch. Oh, she's ready. She's ready. This one's for you, Rick, even though you're not here tonight. She's ready for some time. Ready to do some tricks? Now watch this. I'm going to show you guys. This dog will not do anything unless you absolutely have something in your hand. Watch. Here, give me a spin. Nothing. You gonna spin? Oh, you're gonna prove me wrong. Never work with dogs and kids. That's the thing. Never work with dogs and kids. I've been highly flavored this week or so. Big scam. There we go. There you go. Give me a spin. You're making me look bad. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing she does. Here, you gotta back up. These people can't see it. And over here. Over here. Over this way. Over this way. Sit. Over that way. Sit. There you go. There we go. The bees monster. Yeah. Let's see. Which bed do I start? Let's see. Can you speak? Can you speak? Speak. Speak. There you go. Okay, one more. One more. Can you just sit real quick? There you go. Way to catch it. There you go. Made cake shit. I'm thinking, speaking of cake, I think I'm going to bake this weekend. I think for Sunday, I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to bake. I've been feeling like some baked stuff. Let's see. I'm not even going to attempt that name. Dana. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea. You got me. Stumped. I plead the fifth on that. I have no idea. Let's see. I went for one hammered and was offered two. Real reasonable, so I got them. Oh, so you got both of them. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. See, I'm going to flip this. All right. There's nothing on the floor, Beagle Beagle. Nothing over there for you. Let's move the camera up. There we go. Good for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's break this. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Actually, I gotta move. Sorry, guys. I gotta move you back out of the way because I gotta do some unveiling with this sauce. So let me get the shark and some other stuff. Get my other oven mitt. And this other oven mitt, I gotta be quick because this other oven mitt that I got, it's not that great. Especially with working something this hot. Now go on, Beagle, get it. Go on, get it. You guys can see that. It's probably gonna fog up the camera here in just 1 second. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Do you see that okay? That's beautiful. And then we take our masher. I don't know where she is. She's probably working. It's a busy time. It's a busy time for Whitey this time of the year. There you go. Can you guys see that okay? Seems as though you can. And then we're just going to mash it up. Mash that all together. Okay, I get it. Timer's off. And the trick with this is, once I flip this over, of course everything's going to work at the same time. So there's that. Plus the chicken's smelling like it needs to be flipped. Chicken needs flipped. Screw that thing. Alright. Chicken over. There we go. And we're going to throw this back in there. I'm going to throw this back in for just about 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm going to let some of this liquid kind of evaporate. And then it'll be ready. There we go. Once I mash this up, I'm going to mash these up a little bit better. This is smelling really, really good, by the way. Nice. Really, really nice. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it as well. And put some salt in there. There we go. Salt going. I never did put pepper in there either. I forgot all about that. Whatever I did. Oh, there's pepper. There we go. That's the big thing. That's what makes it so good. All the pepper. There we are. Beagle, you gotta get back. Come on. Yeah. Why don't you get burnt? You can't burn beagles on. You can't burn it. Kills my subscriber count. Speaking of subscriber count, if anybody is out there and they're liking what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for when we do more live streams. That would be much appreciated. Everything just mashes together, and that's where your sauce comes from. There's no muss, no fuss, no standing at the oven all day. You just gotta mash a little bit. Okay, put that off to the side. Get my mitt back on, and I'm gonna put that in there. Yeah, please. Please sub. So I can put my links up so I don't have to do commercials anymore. And I can actually get them out of there. So we'll throw that in there. We're going to throw that back in for 5 minutes. I'm going to turn my chicken down. I'm actually going to flip the chicken around. You guys can't see it, sorry. Chicken up there to the top. There we go. You know, the number 5 is like, I just never use my number 5. I never do. I don't know why I don't, but I never, I jump right over that for my 6s or my 3s or what have you, but I just never seem to use my, got stuff there in the back. I might be able to do a skillet, move those out of there. There we go. I'm going to hit that with a little more salt too. We're going to give this, take its temperature too while we're up there. I don't know why I turned that off. Habit. Bad habits. $175. $169. $68. 177 on the end there. 167 and ooh, that end's hot. We're at 180 up there. 182. Yeah, that's done. So we'll go ahead and pull that off of there. Take that nice big piece. There we go. Pull this off with the beagle. Probably shoot that little something to snack on. We'll move this thing totally off of the burner that we don't need anymore. There we go. There we are. Boy, it's smelling great. Those fresh herbs are where it's at. I'm totally digging that. There we go. Take that off. I'll put the lid back on there. And move this over to here. Get that over that way. For right now, give everybody something to look at. So give everybody something to check out other than the two burners. We'll keep that other one off there because I got a feeling I might just end up eating. I'm gonna throw a little cheese on that one as well. There we go. Just get that started. Just add a little thickness to the sauce once it comes out. Yeah, the sixes. You know, the thing of it is it just seems like, and some seem to go for so much money. Some of the sixes seem to go for so much cash, and then others, you practically give them away, even though they're super rare. It's kind of, I don't know. Sometimes it's frustrating to. This hobby can be very, very frustrating. That's for sure. Let's see, move that over here just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I looked at that collection of BSRs, and it had a 6. It was a Century series, and I looked up the 6s, and because that's one of the reasons I wanted to get that collection. It wasn't really because I wanted it. I was just wanting to flip it, and you know, it's crazy how it's like that. But anyway, I was going to get that collection of them, and it just was for what they wanted on it, and the flip amount after I had, because I had to clean them, and by the time I flipped it, I mean, you can't give away the Century Series 8 on the online to sell it. You cannot do it. You can't give it away. And if you put some time in, you put time and money into these things, and you want them to, you're not trying to get a fortune out of it, but Diesel Peach, at least get what you paid for it, and plus a little time for putting them together. A couple weeks, oh, you got a 6 with a lid? That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Okay, timer's off, stove is off, and then we'll bring this up here, right there. You guys get to look at my burner one more time. There we go. And there's the sauce, and it is ready. That's ready right there. And you want to use, like I said, it's a pretty juicy sauce, so you're going to want to definitely use a slotted spoon. Man, that smells so good. If you guys get a chance to do this, I'm telling you what, it's 100% worth it. And it's a great way to get rid of all those cherry tomatoes that everybody seems to have. Let's see. Got that cheese down there. Some of those herbs and mushrooms. And it's so fresh, and there's just nothing in it. There's no canned additives or anything like that. It's just all, it's 100% healthy, and it smells. That's the thing, you guys. I mean, I really wish you could smell this. And if you want it to cook down a little bit more, just take the lid off and let it keep going. It's not going to hurt it. You can definitely keep going with it if you'd like. Get you guys over maybe this way so you guys can see all of it. Does that help at all? Let's see. Yeah, you can put and that's the thing, Val, you can put whatever you want into it. The only thing that I highly suggest doing is making sure that you have at least a layer of the tomatoes on the bottom. That's it. Other than that, it's your own creation. You do whatever the heck you want with it, and you're good to go. I'll throw a little bit of this cheese on there. I'm gonna move this. I gotta get this camera right here. Sorry, guys. So you guys can see this without everybody's comments in the way. There you go. Throw a little bit more of that cheese, and I like to let that sit just a second, because I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is blasting hot. Absolutely blasting hot. Yeah, it's 100%. I mean, Val, this is a great recipe, and it's so, you can add pasta with it and put this on. You can cut your chicken up, put the pasta underneath it. You can, anything you want. I mean, just a little bit of Parmesan on there. I'm going to drop some pepper on there. A little bit more pepper onto that. There we go. As I read the comment section. Let's see, you know, I grabbed it and took it right off. Yeah. Yeah, if you, especially if you got the lid, Cynthia, I mean, we all know as collectors, if you get the lid, you won the game. You won that day. And the thing of it is this too, I mean, if you want to do the chicken outside, which is a lot of times what I do, is I'll do the chicken out on the grill. I'll marinate it in some Italian dressing or whatever, and I'll grill it right out there on the grill. Or you can cut it up and throw it in and take even more time off your cooking time with cubed up chicken or cubed up pork or whatever you want, and go with it. Have some bread on the side. I didn't make any bread today. I just was not feeling bread. But what's up, Dud? Dude. What's up, Stacy H? How are you? Good to see you. Okay, so we got that. Now let's cut into this. Let it rest. I've let it rest a couple minutes. I kind of want to let that cheese go a little bit more. But I'm also absolutely starving too. So that never helps my cause when I'm letting stuff rest. I can't let stuff rest because I'm just all usually, by the time it's ready to go, I'm ready to go. And we did all that I did very little prep. I did very little prep to this tonight. And an hour and 15 minutes, roughly, and we're eating. And something that you wouldn't, something that you really wouldn't, there's just not much to it, and it's so good for you. And like I said, when Val said, put some zucchini in it or whatever, or drop your scissors in there. I need to find somewhere else to put these damn scissors. They fall off all the time. At least once a week. It's like kicking the stand. But yeah, get a knife. There we go. Get a taste of this. Get some of the sauce on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. A little cheese pull on there. A little bit of the cheese. Wow. Yeah, and chicken's just so, if I can get a picture of the chicken, I'll get a bigger piece with everything in there. Yeah. But the chicken's, this is just fantastic. I need to get a spoon. I need to cut a little bit of it up and get a spoon. Yeah, I need a spoon. I will click the light. Don't spill it, I know, right? Easier said than done. It's like eating around the camera stand. That's the funnest part of it all. Plus I got my dog sitting there behind me. She doesn't understand any of this. So she's got her ball. She just dropped behind. She's trying to get me to play ball. Throw her ball around the house. And let's cut a little bit of this up. And plus I want to put some olive oil on top of my salad with some salt and pepper on there as well. Kind of got a little ahead of myself actually. So get a little olive oil on there. Not much, just a pinch. A little bit of salt and pepper on that. There we go. A little salt. Let's see, you could have You got stripped the chicken and baked it all together. You know, the thing with that is that I don't like cooking. I actually have done it like that, and the chicken doesn't cook as good if you cook it off to the side. You can do it that way. That's definite 100%, but it doesn't cook up as well. It kind of gets a little rubbery. It's almost like boiling because there's so much juice in this, you know, the vegetable juice and liquid in there, the water left over, that it almost gets like a how do I want to say it? It just gets it's almost like boiling your chicken. It almost has a rubbery consistency. Let's see some of that cheese on there. Man, that's good. I'm telling you guys, you got to give this. If you got cherry tomatoes, plus cherry tomatoes are cheap. If you got a few cherry tomatoes in your garden and you want to get rid of them, and just scale it down. You can either do a big pan, you can do a little pan. It's whatever you have. Some of that cheese on that salad. Man, that is really, really good. Pull that into the camera. Wow. Yeah. And this is great. Like I've cooked this for people like that have come over for dinner, and they're just astounded. You know, it's one of those things that doesn't take a lot, but it makes you look like you really spent a lot of time with it and know what you're doing, which half the time I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're one of those people like me, it's definitely something to bring out, and people are like, wow, you know, and it's different. It's not something that people expect, and it's always went over really well for me, definitely. Let's see, pull that back over this way just a smidge again. See what everybody's saying. Huh. I guess I'm all caught up on I'm stuck with only Fruity Pebbles over here. Man, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Cheese on the salad. It's fucking hot. Cheese on the salad is fucking hot. It is? Thanks. I do, you know, I think sometimes that cheese on salads can be kind of sexy too, I guess. Speaking of that, let's try the salad. As I try to reach over, it's like eating with this camera stand here. It's kind of like eating while when somebody's passing the salt, like right over top of your stuff. Yeah, and then olive oil for your salad dressing. Some nice fresh stuff, and basically the same. Minus the tomatoes, because I didn't have any more tomatoes because I used all of my garden tomatoes today. But basically the same vegetables that you use to make the chicken, you just threw into your salad. Fantastic. But I am kicking myself for not having some kind of bread. Yeah, 100%. What's up, Whitey? How are you? There's my future ex-wife. And I've seen you, White Mountain Girl, I've seen you make something similar to this too. I think you made something similar to this here very recently. See how it's looking on the camera. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good on the camera. Very cool. I'm gonna have another bite of this before and I think the Beagle stuff has probably cooled down enough we can have her do that. Still kind of messy, but I'll take it. But those vegetables are so good. So good like that. And the fresh herbs. When you use the fresh herbs, you can use dried herbs if you want. It's not gonna hurt anything. But the fresh herbs, I mean, if you have them in your garden, they are definitely worth breaking out for this. I'm just throwing them in there. Wow, that is really good. All right. Anyway, let's see if this beagle wants some snacks. And we'll sit and kind of chat here for a second. Nero Williams. There's somebody named Nemo Williams. I must have missed that person. The chicken is the winner. Yeah, winner chicken dinner. I mean, it's really, the chicken came out really good, and I mean, that's one of the things with it. I mean, you just throw your stuff in, you throw your vegetables into the oven, and then start your chicken. And those chicken breasts were pretty monstrous. And by the time everything was done, it was all done and ready to go. Here you go, Beaks. Let's get some Beaks cam going. I'm gonna finish up my dinner and let everybody get on and enjoy them. Hopefully you're it's cooled off where you guys are. There you go. Some spinning. There we go. Big dog. As she always gets down into the comments. There we go. Is it good? A piece without all the garlic. There you go. There you go. It's SK more modern. There's SKs from the 60s and the late 50s, early 60s that have SK on the bottom, but now they all have SK on the bottom. So I guess I didn't get I didn't see all the question. There you go. Spin. There we go. And there we are. Such a cute pup. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, my comment section on this camera, on the camera, is not keeping up with what's up there. HP and White Mountain should up. And they should. You could. I mean, it's possible to do a dual stream. You know. Of course, she has a lot different schedule than I do. Kinda, sorta. She doesn't stay. I don't think she stays up all night long like I do. That's for sure. Yeah, Bruce Taylor. She's a great dog. She really is. And she's been really good today. Like surprisingly, with as crappy as it was outside today, she hasn't been able to go for a walk. So I'm gonna eat my dinner, and then we're gonna do a walk down. Do a little walk downtown tonight. See what's going on. See what the other dogs. Generally, though, in my town, we don't see anybody. My town kind of dies off of about 8 o'clock, which is a nice thing, to be honest. But yeah, maybe one of these weekends, when like a Sunday stream or something like that, when White Mountain Girl's not in her busy season, maybe we could do a breakfast collab. That'd be fun. I'd love to do it. Yeah, where you live, it's not. There's bears, maybe the occasional bobcat. Maybe that's probably what's roaming around outside your place. Raccoons, squirrels. That's who's in your town. I have that behind me. I have all the wildlife behind me. The beagle, and I said that earlier, the beagle has been on squirrel patrol all day. And with good reason. That squirrel that's been getting in my garden bed, one of my raised bed, right on my patio, he is definitely pesky. He has no fear. I got to give him that. He does not care about. But as soon as that screen door opens up and that dog comes out there, that squirrel has. He doesn't want anything to do, because that's. People don't realize. A lot of people don't know, but a rat terrier is bred to kill rodents. That's their DNA. That's what drives them. And if that dog ever got anywhere near that squirrel's gonna not have a good day. I don't want that to happen. Get another bite of the salad. Yeah, that's good. No, I don't let her catch the squirrels. I don't let her. She has a long lead, and she thinks she's going to, but I also don't want to hurt her neck on the lead. So before she gets pretty close, I just I call her off, and she'll stop, and then that way she doesn't like all that kind of stuff. But there has been a couple times when I have her on her body harness, and I'll take her out there and I'll let her tree them, like kind of like how hunters do. I'll let her go out and tree those squirrels. I'll let her just keep up there, keep going until she's done with it. She'll sit out there and keep them on the. She'll keep them treed. She'll do it for if I let her do it all day, she'd stay right out there all day. But there's times where I take her out on her with her body harness on, so she doesn't hurt her neck, because the beagle has no fear and doesn't care if she gets hurt. She's a herding animal and a hunting dog. They're just bred to raise hell, is really what they are. Bobcat is supposed to be here. I bet a bobcat is nasty. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, cats eat the chipmunks, leave the dead bodies on my car. That's gross. Yeah, they definitely. We used to have chipmunks, and then I had a feral cat that was like coming around for a while, and then all my chipmunks disappeared. Go figure. But then I got mice in my garage. I was never so pissed. I got all the chipmunks that everybody liked to come over, and like when they'd sit on the back patio, the chipmunks would come over and kind of see what you were doing. and the cat probably killed all those. But then I had like a week later, all the traps in my garage started going off, and I'm like, okay, you kill the cute stuff that everybody likes, but you don't get the mice. Come on, you gotta do better. Fish salad, travel escapes. What's up, buddy? No, it is Italian weekday sauce with cherry tomatoes, and just regular green salad with the leftover stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't eat a cat unless it was the apocalypse. It'd have to be zombie apocalypse for me to consider. Because I think as soon as just the smell of it would probably be pretty bad. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, White Mountain Girl. I appreciate you stopping in. I really do. Squirrel tastes like chicken. I think squirrel is a really weird consistency. I've had squirrel a few times. I've had it in stew, and I've also had it like on a spit kind of thing, and it just has like a I don't know. It's definitely nutty. to repeat Austin Powers, it's definitely nutty, but yeah, it's just a little, I don't know, it's a little too gamey for me. Let's see. Thank you so much. I love it when you show up. But it is, it's 9:30, so we've been doing it about an hour and a half, so I'm gonna let everybody cruise. I'm gonna eat the rest of my food, and I'm actually gonna sit down and eat the rest of it so I can get away from this camera stand and not like worry about dropping everything on the floor and all that kind of stuff. But I appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out. It always makes it worthwhile to do these when I get so many people, and there's so many nights. We have like the best. I see a lot of other live streams, and there's just so many. Like even the audience is just the audience is just rude and mean and stuff like that. And we just have the nicest audience that shows up here. You got to try this, guys. You got to give this a go. Okay, swear this time. Last bite, and then I'm out of here. Thank you so much, White Mountain Girl. Appreciate everybody that showed up. Fuzzford, thank you so much. Radagast, thank you so much. William Hurt, Greg Hart, thank you. White Mountain Girl, all the love in the world. Bloodfart, thank you so much for hanging in. If you guys are out there and you have not subscribed yet, Huey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Val's Black Cat Rule, Lake Hickory Guy, thank you so much. And if you're out there and you have not hit the subscribe It really helps. I'm so close. We're so close. I mean, a lot of the folks that are in here right now have been in here since the very first live. And I think, actually, I forgot to mention this until just now. This is my 100th live as of tonight. This was my 100th video tonight. So I can't believe I've done this 100 times. I couldn't believe it the first time I did it. I can't believe anybody actually even watched anything. And I can't believe all the people that actually have seen it. So yeah, today is the 100th video I've done, which is kind of cool. But anyway, let's see, honey. Snuck in on me. Hello, goodbye, Huey. Ha ha ha. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pop off here now. It's getting about that time, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna get something else to drink and start cleaning up. All right. See you guys in the comment section. See you.